Backcourt violation. MSOE ball.
Silo burying the three for Illinois Tech. Thank you. We thank you for joining us here on this Saturday afternoon inside the Keating Sports Center for Illinois Tech women's basketball. We apologize for the technical difficulties. Illinois Tech off to an 11-6 advantage. A number of threes from Illinois Tech. Bucci, Kaya Jones, and now another three from Silo has helped Illinois Tech gain an 11-6 advantage. That's 9 of their points thus far in the game. Lana Curley, number 32, has 4 of the 6 for MSOE, including a basket 8 seconds into the game, which opened the scoring. We apologize for the technical difficulties. Once again, MSOE scored first. 8 seconds into the game, it was Lana Curley who had a quick layup for the Raiders. That was followed by a Julia Bucci 3 later on in the first quarter. Occurred about 7:30 to go in the first quarter. And since then, both teams have offensively awakened here. Lana Curley with 4 of the 6 for MSOE as action resumes here in the first quarter. Mia Spica into the front court. Illinois Tech works it up top to Camden Joko. This is a big swing game if you're talking NAC standings. Illinois Tech 9th in the conference. MSOE currently 6th place. With a win today, Illinois Tech would at least have a tiebreaker over one of the teams directly in front of them, with another matchup against another team directly in front of them in the standings coming Wednesday against Aurora. We got a reach-in foul here against MSOE. Coach Hannah Trees all over the official here right in front of the scores table with her explanation of what she felt should have been a foul on the other end. First free throw is up and in for Hallie Williams. Williams, the grad student out of Aurora, Illinois, knocks down the first free throw. 12-6 advantage for Illinois Tech. And Williams able to make both. Hallie Williams this season, one of the key storylines for Williams has been her issues with foul trouble. She's certainly improved at the free throw line herself this season for Illinois Tech. Shooting 20 of 31 at the line this season, now 22 of 33. Curley from beyond the arc. Second on the team in scoring is Curley. And that's one of the things I think Illinois Tech will have to worry about with 32 in black, is that Curley can shoot it from beyond the arc. 34% from 3 this season, and hits one there as Kaya Jones comes back with a nice layup. Jones with 5, had a 3 earlier. Curley back the other way. She, too, sneaks down the floor for another bucket. That's a quick 9 for Curley. Averages 12 points on the season, 12.3 to be exact, 221 total points. Good for second on her team, has 9 to lead all scorers. But MSOE trailing by 4 where it matters on the team scoreboard. Nice feed. Spica to Williams. 2 players that it's been all about development this season for Coach Carissa Sane. Mia Spica being a lead point guard as you see her pressuring the ball. Now she feeds inside to Williams, who makes the nice deuce. Illinois Tech by 6. Butterbrought finds Curley. Curley's got the hot hand, and it stays that way. Lana Curley on fire. She has 12 of the 14 for MSOE. Jones guarded by Chakshi, and a foul. If you missed the open, I mentioned that this is a matchup that could certainly be a swing game in the conference. MSOE 6th place right now. Remember, you need to be in the top 8 to make the NAC conference tournament. MSOE is currently in 6th place. Illinois Tech in 9th. A win today would, of course, give Illinois Tech the win in the conference tiebreaker over their conference foe, the Raiders. Bucci lobs it in to Kaya Jones. 2.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Jones to the basket. Fearless is Kaya Jones, but she misses the lay-in. Rebounded by MSOE. Sam Schmidt into the game for the first time for MSOE, the first-year player out of Oregon, Wisconsin. We get a whistle as the ball goes down low. And that foul will go against Kaya Jones. Kaya led the way for Illinois Tech with 14 points However, it was in a losing effort on Wednesday at the hands of the Concordia University of Wisconsin Falcons. Jones had 14 points, 4 of 8 from the field in that game. Meanwhile, MSOE's leading scorer in their most recent outing, Shelby Glodowski, is at the free throw line. Hits the first free throw there. Does Glodowski. Bit of a mix-up on the sub as Speaker's going to replace Kaya Jones. And Glodowski makes the free throw. So now Speaker can replace Jones officially in game action. You hear the Illinois Tech sideline saying this is an important 2 minutes as they try to end this first quarter with the advantage. They lead by 1 as Speaker gets the ball out on the wing. And she tries to hand it off to Bucci. Good hands from Sam Schmidt. She forced Bucci out near the timeline. Chloe Chirilla, Illinois Tech's leading scorer this season, averaging 12 a game. The only double-digit average score for Illinois Tech. Speaker on the drive and finish, and a glare at her own bench as Mia Speaker goes in looking to complete the three-point play. It's been fun to watch the growth of Mia Bella Speaker. She's certainly becoming a primary ball handler for Coach Carissa Sane. However, the free throw line has still been an adventure for Speaker this year. 1 of 11, now 1 of 12, missing that one. 9% at the line this season prior to that miss, and it will actually go down likely to 8 or 7%. I don't know how to do that quick percentage in my head. Curley, guarded by Joko in the corner. Curley, 3 on the way. Off the right heel of the rim, first miss for Curley in some time. Speaker showing that effort, knocks the ball away from Glodowski, and Illinois Tech comes out of traffic. Camden Joko. Joko over to Chirilla. I can hear Coach Sane saying get it over to Chloe so they can hit Julia. Instead, the ball got to Bucci late, and MSOE comes up with the loose ball. Sam Schmidt over to Glodowski. 16 on the shot clock. Glodowski on the curl, finds Curley in the corner. Didn't mean to do that. Jumper for Curley is short, rebounded by Goodenough. Hands it off to Camden Joko. Speaker into the front court, under a minute to go in the first quarter. Scarlet Hawks by 3. Coach Carissa Sane giving instructions for the opposite end of the floor. Chirilla backing down inside. Nice move, but it couldn't get the finish. Good defense inside from Ella Minson. Minson, a senior out of Falcon, Colorado, goes 5'11", matching size with Chirilla, who goes 6 feet. 3 on the way from Schmidt. That looked off to the right, out of the hand. Schmidt gets her own rebound. Speaker and Chirilla trap the ball, and a foul. Mia Speaker looks just as confused as Coach Carissa Sane. I have to admit, I didn't see the foul there either. I looked as if that was just a bad spin from MSOE and the ball came free, but the foul will go against Speaker. Shot clock is still on, 4-second differential, game and shot clock. Glodowski has it with 14 on the shot clock. They get it over to Curley. Curley on the drive against Bucci. Curley on the runner. No good. It hits Glodowski in the hand. Ball rebounded by Cole and a foul. First time we've got to mention Ellie Cole. She gets the offensive board and draws a foul with 7.5 seconds to go, and that will be the second against Speaker. So Speaker will go to the bench for the final 7.5 seconds as Kaya Jones returns. And MSOE going to steal a 7-second break for Curley as she comes off the floor as well. Ellie Cole at the line. And Cole makes the first of her 2 free throws. This is one of 7 conference games going on the women's side today in the NAC. We'll keep you up to date on those scores throughout the day. Also, how important these matchups will be to the standings as Ellie Cole, unfazed by the noise in the building, makes the free throws. Cole, a 60% free throw shooter prior to those 2. Jones looking for Joko, turns it over, and MSOE will have 1.8 to get a shot. Illinois Tech bench is saying don't foul. Joko and Bucci apply pressure. It comes into Schmidt. Schmidt won't even attempt the shot as that ends the first quarter. So after 1, the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks lead the MSOE Raiders 19-18. We'll be back with second quarter action right here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network and on YouTube Live. Back here courtside at the Keating Sports Center in Chicago. This is NCAA Division III women's basketball on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network and on YouTube Live. The Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks playing host to the MSOE Raiders. Illinois Tech 7-11 on the season, 3-6 in NAC conference play. MSOE 10-8, 6-3 in conference play themselves, good enough for 6th place. They currently would be in the conference tournament with the Raiders. Meanwhile, Illinois Tech on the outside looking in at the moment. But they have a 1-point lead as they take on this MSOE team. The Raiders, the top team in the NAC in terms of total points allowed, in terms of points allowed per game, in 54.5 a game. Meanwhile, in games, only in conference games, they're third in the conference in points allowed at 51.8. St. Norbert, the top team in the conference, only allowing 48 a game. Here's Kaya Jones. Cross court to Julia Bucci. Bucci was 0 for 7 on Wednesday. Doesn't have to worry about that today. Banked one in earlier. Deposited 3 for the Scarlet Hawks. Chirilla thought about the 3, thought too much, shuffled the feet and traveled as she turns it over to MSOE. That was good defense by Mendez as she closed out. Made Chirilla think about it, and Chirilla shuffled the feet. MSOE will take over. Remember, it was 8 seconds into the game. They won the opening tip. Found Lana Curley, and she laid the ball up and in. Illinois Tech would match them back about a minute and a half later with that 3 from Bucci that I mentioned recently. Illinois Tech has to watch the fouls here as Kaya Jones now has 2. Remember, she came in at the end of the first quarter to replace Spica, who had 2 fouls. MSOE working the ball inside and to get a nice 2 inside from Helena Hill. Helena Hill has played very well for MSOE throughout the season. She's also caused problems in past meetings for Illinois Tech, causing a problem there. Bucci missing the jumper right in the hands of Helena Hill. Hill played 5 minutes in that first quarter, didn't score. But then again for MSOE, it was Curley who had 12 of their 18 first quarter points. Mendez, nice move through traffic. Good job by Bucci not fouling, but Mendez left it short. It appeared as if Mendez was looking for the contact. The contact didn't come, and it ruined the shot. Turnover near half court, scooped up by Schmidt. Extra pass for MSOE. I thought Pearl was going to let that fly. Instead, they swing it around for Hill for 3. Ball run down. Great effort there by Nina Pearl to get the offensive board. Hill on the drive. Takes it with the left hand. No good there. Chirilla bats it around for Mendez. Should be Illinois Tech ball, and it is, as Chirilla knocked that one off of Pearl. Great battle down low between Chirilla and Pearl. Also got to throw Mendez in there. Illinois Tech now going to go with Mia Spica back out there here in the second quarter, replace Jones, who just picked up her second foul. And now Hallie Williams also returns for the Scarlet Hawks. MSOE by 1 as Spica gets the ball into the corner for Illinois Tech. Camden Joko over to Chirilla. Oh, Chirilla wanted to hit Williams on the entry pass. They go to Joko for 3. Camden knocks it down. First 3 of the ball game from Camden Joko. And Illinois Tech finding their mark from long distance. Camden Joko this season has played in 17 games. Well, now 18 for Illinois Tech. And now here's Mendez, who goes inside. She misses, guarded by Hallie Williams. Great hands by Williams. Williams is one of 6 Scarlet Hawks players that have now played in all 19 games for Illinois Tech. Here's Julia Bucci. Over to Chirilla. Chirilla over to Bucci. Corner 3 on the way. Missed everything. Right in the hands of Schmidt for MSOE. Schmidt pushes on the 3-on-2. It's a jumper from the corner off the mark from Butterbrock. Rebounded inside by Mendez. Mendez and Williams battling, and an offensive foul as Mendez threw the arm, and that will turn it over to Illinois Tech. 7:22 remaining here in the first half. Illinois Tech going a bit of a lineup change here. Only 2 subs, but it does pretty much emphasize a look for shooting here as they're going to go with Bucci, Joko, and Silo. Rusing is also out there for the mid-range jump shots. So expect the ball to fly with this lineup for the Scarlet Hawks. Silo looking to Bucci. Bucci wanted to shoot. Joko will. Camden hit her first one, couldn't hit there. Rebounded there by Minson. Illinois Tech looking to space the floor and find find the points from beyond the arc with this lineup in the game. Williams is really their only interior threat. Ball knocked loose. It was a bad entry pass. The ball got knocked loose. Bucci went to the floor. When she hit the floor, she also hit Minson, and that draws a foul. When these two teams last met, it was February 17th, 2024. It was a Saturday. It was the final game of the season. MSOE walked away with a 6-point win, 58-52. Mahima Chakshi had 20 points and 9 rebounds in that game. Had a huge final 8 minutes as well. Illinois Tech led the majority of the way before Chakshi got into a rhythm and helped MSOE finish the season with a win. After a conference, the foul is called against Ali Sillo. So that'll be the first against Sillo, one of Illinois Tech's better perimeter shooters. Over 100 made threes in her career. 106 is the total right now, following the 3 made early. Helena Hill on the drive, goes right at Sillo, and that was a strong finish from Hill. It appeared as Sillo got a fingertip on it. The ball still went over the top and in. Rusing goes down the floor. Schmidt actually hits the floor, and a foul called against MSOE. It's going to go against Schmidt. Insult to injury as Schmidt gets the worst of the collision and also gets the foul. Barrett Rusing. That mid-range jumper has been working for Barrett this season. You can see her pump fake, but the ball works to Sillo. Bucci. That's a look for Julia, but Bucci couldn't knock it down. Great movement by Williams to position herself on the block. Got to feed her after she gets the board, right? They go inside to Hallie Williams, but she couldn't convert. That was great movement by Williams, moving around the floor to get the board. She immediately posted up, but couldn't finish. Rusing, active in the passing lane, knocks it out of bounds. 22 all here in the second quarter with 5:55 to go in the quarter. A lot of duplicate numbers on that scoreboard. MSOE now with the ball as they will have Pearl trigger it into Schmidt. Nice feed to Williams. To Hill, who goes at Williams, and it's taken away by Illinois Tech. Chirilla. Cross court to Rusing. Kaya Jones. Great ball movement around the perimeter for Illinois Tech, trying to play through their guards now with Jones and Spica. That's what you'd expect out of this lineup with Bucci and Sillo on the bench. Spica tried to feed Williams back door. It'll be a kicked ball as it hits Pearl. Nina Pearl on the back of the foot. Lana Curley going to come back in here for MSOE. And Curley had 12 in that first quarter. She is the leading scorer in the game. Curley has 12 of the 22 for MSOE. Chirilla kicks it out to Jones. Jones to Rusing. Rusing for 3. Looked like Rusing had a bit of a bobble, and that slowed down the rhythm of the shot as Curley closed out. Schmidt over to Curley. No hesitation from Curley. She got Rusing on the closeout, went right around, but missed her jump shot short. Rebounded by Illinois Tech. Jumper missed short, bounced long into the hands of Chirilla. Spica over to Rusing. Curley went down on the closeout. Rusing inside for 2. Nice move from Barrett Rusing. I would say if I'm MSOE, definitely check out Lana Curley. She is going down the court. Good to see her running down the court okay, but that was just a tough closeout. Good that she was able to pop right back up. But that fall did not look good initially. Inside for MSOE as they score with Pearl. Tied at 24. Teams trading baskets here. Jones for 3. Jones already with 1 from out there. That was a wing 3 that she made earlier, unable to hit the corner 3 this time. Schmidt into the front court. 4:15 to go in the half. Schmidt looking for Pearl back door. She runs right into Williams and a foul. Hallie Williams immediately began holding her jaw, and she's now down on the floor underneath the MSOE basket as now Barrett Rusing goes to check on Hallie Williams. Hallie visibly shaken up there as her and Pearl met at the same spot. I can see Hallie holding her jaw immediately, and now Mika Sanchez, the lead athletic trainer here for Illinois Tech, going to go help Hallie as she's going to take her down to the locker room areas on the second level here in the Keating Center. Lana Curley gets it on the right block, guarded by Rusing. Curley, nice move. Great motion inside. I wanted to say she swung on the pivot foot, but if she had done that, that would have been a travel. She put it down and then swung on the pivot foot for 2. Here's Rusin. Gives it up to Schmidt. Does MSOE after getting the rebound. Schmidt guarded by Spica. MSOE sort of forcing that entry feed. We've seen that a few times in this game early on. MSOE looking to score, trying to get a quick basket down low. They try to force an entry feed, and the ball gets knocked away. 3:40 to go in the first half. Coming up at halftime, we'll go over our first half stats, preview the second half. Also go over scores from around the net in women's basketball, and also give you an update in men's basketball action as these two schools are meeting on the men's side. Meanwhile, in women's action, it's Ella Minson who scores her first 2 of the game, and MSOE up 4. 3:22 to go in the half. Joko for 3. Camden Joko with her second 3 of the game. Camden has 6. As Illinois Tech, they found the range from beyond the arc in this game. That is another 3 for Illinois Tech. But they're back within 1, still down 1 on the scoreboard. Illinois Tech 5 of 11 from 3, 45%. Butterbrock passed into traffic, stolen by Spica. Good hands by Spica as she made sure she was clear and secures possession. Spica over to Goodenough. Turnaround jumper for Grace Goodenough. She was feeling that one. You can see it from the moment Grace made the catch. She turned immediately, let the wrist fly, knocked it down for 2. Goodenough with 4. Minson over to Schmidt. Schmidt guarded by Jones in the corner in front of the Illinois Tech bench. Curley for 3. She's been feeling it here in the early going, but couldn't knock that one down over Spica. Joko up the court to Spica, who's also guarded by Curley on the other side. Bit of a cross match for Illinois Tech. I think it actually favors MSOE. It sort of takes away Spica's ability to shoot and drive while also making her have to guard a bigger player in Curley who could take her down low and also shoot over the top. Butterbrock guarded by Goodenough. Illinois Tech wanted to travel there. Schmidt picked up by Joko. Pearl. MSOE again looking for that entry feed. You can see once they get that ball up top, whenever they catch it on the perimeter, they're looking to feed down low. Curley takes it herself, but she missed with the right hand layup. Curley's been falling all over the floor here in the Keating Center in this first half. Joko, another 3. That one's short. Long rebound to Goodenough. Illinois Tech with the first 20. Silo for 3. Illinois Tech going to let it fly here in the first half. They miss a pair from beyond the arc on that trip. Scarlet Hawks come away empty, but still have a 1-point lead with just over a minute to go in the first half. Curley, nice escape dribble to elude Silo, but she missed the 3. Rebounded by Goodenough. As now Illinois Tech with a 1-point advantage in the ball. Could go 2 for 1 here with 55 seconds to go in the half. Jones over to Silo. Goodenough. Over to Spica. Coach Sain said she wanted to dive. Spica tried to take it in herself. It was taken away by MSOE. Schmidt with a few moves to trick Silo out, but she missed. Everything but the finish there. Pearl. Ball went up top and right back to Schmidt. Shot clock at 15 as MSOE. Schmidt even took a glance at it as she reset at the top of the key. Schmidt picked up on a switch by Silo. Good cutoff by Jones on the help defense. Cross-court pass to Pearl. Looks like that might go into the backcourt. It will. Spica, good hand steal, and she go all the way to the rim for the 2. Good heads-up steal. Good hands and good heads-up steal by Spica as she takes that one home for 2. Pearl to beat the horn and tie the game. Off the mark. Curley, one last try. Won't get that shot off. And at the half, the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks lead the MSOE Raiders 31-28. Mia Spica with a huge play that could swing momentum for Illinois Tech. It has appeared as if MSOE maybe would have benefited from a steal and score. Instead, it's Spica who gets the steal and score to get the last basket of the half. Halftime here inside the Keating Center. We'll be back with our halftime report and also second half action on the other side of this break here inside the Keating Sports Center on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network. Back here courtside inside the Keating Sports Center in Chicago. This is Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks women's basketball on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network and on YouTube. YouTube Live. You're currently tuned in to Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks women's basketball, where our score at halftime, the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks leading the MSOE Raiders by a score of 31 to 28. Chris Rouse here courtside inside the Keating Sports Center. And if you're just joining us, Illinois Tech able to gain that advantage over MSOE by 31-28 at the break, thanks to a late steal from Mia Spica. And while we have a moment, let's go over our first half stats. For the first half, we'll start with the visiting MSOE Raiders. 11 of 37 from the field in the first half for MSOE. That was good for 29%. They shot 2 of 12 from downtown, good for 16%. And then they went a perfect 4 of 4 at the line, shooting 100%. Meanwhile, for Illinois Tech on the other side, 44% from the field. They shot 12 of 27, 38% from 3, 5 of 13. Scarlet Hawks certainly letting it fly. And then Illinois Tech had 1 free throw missed in that first half, 2 of 3, shooting 66%. Leading the way for Illinois Tech in the first half, Camden Joko actually led the way for Illinois Tech. She had 6 points with those 2 3-point field goals made. Kaya Jones added 5. And then Illinois Tech also had 3 players with 4. Grace Goodenough has 4. Mia Spica and Hallie Williams also have 4. Also, we'll try to get an update on Hallie Williams as we saw her go to the bench holding her jaw after a collision near the basket at the end of the second quarter. Meanwhile, for MSOE, their leading scorer is Lana Curley. She had 14 points in that first half, including 12 in the first quarter. They had 5 rebounds out of Ella Minson as well. But as far as the scoring load for MSOE, Curley has 14, Helena Hill has 4, and then every other player that has scored has only 2. Butterbrought has 2. Ella Minson has 2. Shelby Glodowski has 2. Ellie Cole has 2, and Nina Pearl also with only 2. A notable player that is yet to score has been Mahima Chakshi, the leading scorer for MSOE. She leads the team averaging 13 a game, but has only had 2 shots in her 7.5 minutes played on the court. Listed as playing 7 minutes and 32 seconds in the first half against Illinois Tech. Let's see which team can take over in this game, which could be a big swing game in the conference. MSOE is in 6th place, currently inside the NAC Women's Conference Tournament. Meanwhile, Illinois Tech is in 9th place, sitting on the outside looking in. The last time these two teams met back in February, which was back last February 17th, 2024 to be exact, MSOE won by 6, 58-52. That was a game where Illinois Tech led the majority of the ball game, but it was a late performance from Mahima Chakshi where she had 20 points and 9 rebounds, which helped the Raiders get out of here with a win on that Saturday afternoon. Well, we'll see how this Saturday afternoon concludes on the other side of this break. When we return, we'll go over the conference standings and some scores from around the NAC. And then after that, second half action. We'll be back with more at halftime here inside the Keating Sports Center. This is Illinois Tech women's basketball on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network and YouTube Live. Our next presentation of Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks basketball will be Wednesday at 7 p.m., Wednesday, February the 5th, when the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks men's basketball team takes on the Aurora Spartans. We'll have all of that for you right here on Wednesday at 7 p.m. when the Scarlet Hawks take on the Aurora Spartans in men's basketball action. Right now in men's basketball action, Illinois Tech currently taking on MSOE, except that game is happening up in Milwaukee. And right now it is all Raiders as they lead it 47-21 over the Scarlet Hawks in men's action. For Illinois Tech, Jace Gooley leads the way with 9 points, but MSOE off to a very fast start, shooting 50% from the field, 17 of 34. Also 5 of 12 from downtown. Mason Doperak leading the way with 12 for the MSOE Raiders as they look to get a win in men's action over Illinois Tech. Meanwhile, elsewhere in women's action around the conference, this is a huge matchup for both of these programs. We continue to mention how Illinois Tech currently sitting in 9th on the outside looking in to conference play. Meanwhile, MSOE in 6th place looking to maintain ground. But elsewhere there are some key matchups that both of these teams are certainly interested in. Illinois Tech, if they win and Benedictine loses, they could take their spot in the 8th and final spot in the conference tournament, which would currently be in at the moment. But Benedictine, today they are in action. They'll be taking on Lakeland later today. Meanwhile, elsewhere in the conference, Illinois Tech in their most recent outing took on Concordia University of Wisconsin. At the moment, CUW leading Edgewood by a score of 33-31. That game at halftime as we speak. Another game Illinois Tech certainly has a vested interest in will be the Aurora Spartans. That's going to be the next opponent for Illinois Tech. Aurora certainly handling their business against Alverno as they lead it 52-31 on their senior day right now. So Aurora looking to keep pace in the NAC Women's Basketball Conference. And then elsewhere around the conference later, you got Concordia. They too will be in action against Marion. Benedictine will take on Lakeland. St. Norbert will take on Dominican. And Wisconsin Lutheran will take on Rockford. So this is a huge game for Illinois Tech as we go over the standings now. St. Norbert 9-0 in conference play, 14-3 overall in first place. Wisconsin Lutheran 11-7, 8-1 in conference play. And then you have Edgewood and Concordia, Wisconsin, both 7-2, battling for third and fourth place at the moment. Aurora's in fifth. MSOE is in sixth, and Lakeland is seventh. Illinois Tech has direct matchups against all of the teams directly in front of them. They'll see Aurora Wednesday. They're playing MSOE right now. They'll see Lakeland 2 Saturdays from now here inside the Keating Center. And then they also see Benedictine. They also will see the Marion Sabres, who are right behind Illinois Tech for 10th place. Illinois Tech has already played Rockford and Dominican, but they still have matchups to go against Concordia, Chicago, and Alverno. Concordia, Chicago is 1-8, as is Dominican. That's good for 12th and 13th, and Alverno 0-9 in conference play, 2-16 on the season, losing in their game as we speak, as we just mentioned in the scoreboard earlier, on Aurora's senior day. So things in this NAC conference certainly getting interesting. St. Norbert at 9-0, looking like the almighty team to beat this year in the NAC on the women's side of things. Of course, this is a St. Norbert team that continues to land Conference Player of the Week nominees, as they've had it 4 times this season. They've had actually 5 times this season. 3 different players have been named the Conference Player of the Week. Namely, though, has been Taylor Thierry leading the way for St. Norbert, as she has won the Conference Player of the Week 4 different times. They also had another win in there earlier this season from Casey Jepson. So this is a St. Norbert team that certainly looks poised to make a run in the NAC, and certainly poised to at least run the table in the NAC. But hey, that's certainly why we play the games. Anything could happen. And at the moment, Illinois Tech, the 9th place team, leading the 6th place team in what could be a huge game in terms of conference standings. Second half coming up on the other side of this break. When we return to the Keating Sports Center, Illinois Tech with a 3-point lead over the MSOE Raiders. Second half action after this. Back here courtside inside the Keating Sports Center. Chris Rouse on the call as we get ready for second half action between the MSOE Raiders and the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. Illinois Tech with a 3-point advantage, 31-28 over the visiting Milwaukee School of Engineering Raiders. The next time we will see Illinois Tech women's basketball inside the Keating Center will be Wednesday, February the 12th, 7 p.m., when the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks take on the Benedictine Eagles. We'll continue to mention how Illinois Tech has a number of games that could pretty much decide their fate in the NAC conference standings. Well, that will be another one as they take on the team that's currently 8th place in the conference right now, while Illinois Tech sits in 9th in the Benedictine Eagles. That will be on February the 12th at 7 p.m. right here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network and on YouTube Live inside the Keating Sports Center. Second half action will kick off in just a moment. MSOE, of course, wearing those black uniforms with the white numbers and red trim. They will be going to the south basket now inside the Keating Center, which will be to the left of your screen. Illinois Tech in the white uniforms with the red numbers and black trim. They will be going the opposite direction towards the north basket, right of your screen. Camden Joko leads the way for Illinois Tech with 6 points, 2 of 5 from three-point land in that first half. Meanwhile, MSOE, they had 14 out of Lana Curley. She went 6 of 15 from the floor, 2 of 5 from beyond the arc. Second half lineup for MSOE will be Hill, Chokshi, Mendez, Curley, and I believe that is Butterbross, so it will be the starting 5 for MSOE. Meanwhile, Chirilla, Goodenough, Joko, Bucci, and Rusing, the starting 5, also out there for Illinois Tech. Missed 3 from Chokshi. She got her own rebound and a foul against Illinois Tech. It's Rusing who picks up the foul in the reach. Coach Carissa Sane with early instructions to the second half, as she was saying that she wanted her team to get the rebound there. And the foul will send Mahima Chokshi to the line. So Chokshi will go to the line for the first time today. Chokshi 0 for 3 from the field, the leading scorer for MSOE this season. And she now gets her first point on this Saturday. That point was point number 250 on the season for Chokshi. She averages 13.8 to be exact for MSOE. And as I mentioned a number of times earlier today, had 20 points last time MSOE made the trip here to Chicago with a 6-point win last February. Miscommunication for Illinois Tech, and yet I thought it was going to work out there. It looked as if MSOE maybe made contact. Instead, it will go to Illinois. It will go to MSOE on the Illinois Tech turnover. Joko was looking up the court, and now Joko having some words with Carissa Sane. I think Coach Carissa Sane just wants her team to settle down. It appears they're in a hurry to try to put this game away as the third quarter has just begun. We're only 30 seconds into the third quarter. Curley to Hill, and now Chokshi. That's going to be a fun matchup with Chokshi and Spica, but we haven't really seen too much of it today. Hill inside. Hill scores, and Helena Hill up to 6. And we're now tied at 31. Spica looking for Jones as now MSOE extends the defense and knocks the ball loose in the backcourt. Coach Carissa Sane right here in front of me at the table trying to get the call here. It's going to go to MSOE, actually. So the ball goes out of bounds to MSOE as Illinois Tech gives it over. Chokshi. Ball goes back inside to Hill. Curley. We saw Curley let it fly 15 times in the first half. She feeds Mendez here. Mendez, she has that ability to hit that face-up jumper. We saw that last season when MSOE made the trip to Chicago, and Mendez draws an early timeout from Coach Carissa Sane. MSOE reclaims a 2-point edge, 33-31. We're a minute 8 into the third quarter. We'll take a timeout. Coach Carissa Sane and the Scarlet Hawks looking for answers to see if they can find them on the other side of this break. You're watching Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks women's basketball here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network and on YouTube Live. Illinois Tech had a 3-point lead to begin the half, but just like that, MSOE, quick 5 points. They now lead it by 2. 8:52 to go in the third quarter. Carissa Sane, head coach of Illinois Tech, also had a lengthy conversation with one of the officials. I think there was a discrepancy on the timeout. Coach Sane, I think, wanted a 30. Instead, Illinois Tech was given a full timeout there. And Illinois Tech, as we said, going to the break, searching for answers there after a couple of turnovers to start this second half. We had Joko with a bad pass up the court, and then the turnover in the backcourt, which led to MSOE gaining possession. Bucci for 3. Bucci had one early on, has been cold since, and the ball goes out of bounds to MSOE. Bucci has been a prolific three-point shooter throughout her career for Illinois Tech. Has been in a bit of a slump as of late, 0 for 7 in the game on Wednesday, 0 for 2 from beyond the arc. So only 2 threes, as Bucci could not convert on Wednesday. Feed down low to Mendez, and it leads to a foul against Illinois Tech. So that'll be the first foul of the game. Will go against Chloe Chirilla. And that'll send Danny Mendez to the line. We just saw Mendez hit that nice face-up jumper. Mendez at the free throw line this season is a 72% free throw shooter. That'll help the percentage. She entered the game this season 62 of 86 for that 72%. She also entered the game as MSOE's leading rebounder with 119 total rebounds, averaging 6.6 a game. Mendez now has 4 in the ballgame. Mendez is MSOE's third leading scorer, just under 10 at 9.7. Bucci guarded by Chokshi. Good hands by Chokshi to stay in Bucci's face, but not foul. Jones over to Spica. There's a bit of a curl for Chirilla. Chirilla left it short. Chirilla's a bit of a shot put line drive off the bottom of the rim, but the contact will send Chloe to the free throw line as Illinois Tech will have a chance to cut into the deficit with the clock stop. Coach Hannah Trees for MSOE. I can see her on the other end demonstrating to her players if you just go straight up, you won't get the foul there. As now Chirilla hits the first. Chirilla, 50% free throw shooter entering the game, 44 of 87 entering the game. So that her 45th made free throw of the season. And she splits a pair here to keep Illinois Tech down by a three-pointer. Chokshi in possession, picked up by Spica. This is one of the matchups I was interested in seeing today, but we've rarely seen Spica and Chokshi matched up against one another. Here's an opportunity to see it here. Curley looking for Mendez. Dangerous cross-court skip pass. Butterbrought was able to receive it properly, however. Hill for 3. Looked good out of the hand, but it was long. Mendez, offensive rebound. Good touch pass by Curley. Chokshi, nice move to elude Spica, but she missed it. That was a great step back, escape dribble, but Chokshi's shot went wide off the glass. Illinois Tech into the front court with Kaya Jones. Good enough. Great swing to Bucci. Space and opportunity, and she made the most of it. Bucci knocks it down for 3. Second 3 of the game for Bucci. 6 points. Illinois Tech's 2 leading scorers, Joko and Bucci, both have 6. Now an offensive foul on Mendez. Moving screen on Mendez. That had to be a very, very slight movement there because it appeared from the table that Mendez was set. Even Coach Hannah Trees is saying she's set. And I have to be honest, from the table it appears Mendez was set, but that's not the call as MSOE now on the other end comes out in a 1-2-2 zone defense. Bucci over to Jones. Illinois Tech trying to get Bucci some space to let it fly from beyond the arc. Good enough. Works inside. There's that space. Bucci for 3 again. She banked one in earlier. Unsuccessful with the deposit this time. Chokshi goes around Spica. She caught Spica reaching. I think she also bailed Spica out by passing. She had an open layup. And now a turnover as it goes out of bounds to Illinois Tech. Mia Spica got caught gambling out near half court. She tried to reach in and make the steal. When that was unsuccessful, Chokshi went around her, and I thought Mahima Chokshi had an easy lane for the layup. Instead, Chokshi passed out, and on the chance to feed Chokshi herself on the entry, Mahima couldn't handle it and lost it out of bounds. Jones Looking for Bucci. You can see Bucci moving well without the ball. Silo, that's usually her spot, but didn't have the space to shoot the shot. Jones leaves it short. Rebounded by her numerical counterpart, Butterbrodt. Curley, she's been looking for space to shoot. Finds the space, but does not find the touch. Nice feed inside to Mendez. That's a good touch from Lana Curley as she drops it off to Mendez, who now has a chance to complete a three-point play. These two teams playing at a bit of a breakneck speed, back and forth, back and forth. You shoot it, we'll shoot. You'll shoot it, we'll shoot it. But that was great hustle there from Curley, crashing the glass to find Mendez. As now Mendez again at the line, looking to complete this three-point play. And Mendez does just that. And it gives MSOE a three-point edge. Camden Joko back out there along with Jones and Williams. Silo and Bucci in the front court as Illinois Tech tries to break this press. Jones dribbled right into a double team. As she split the double team, she drew a foul on Helena Hill. I don't know which coach would have disapproved more there. Jones dribbled right into a double team, which easily could have become a trap. And then not only did Jones maybe a questionable decision to dribble through the double team, Hill with the reach in. Chokshi with a steal. Chokshi to Hill. Another mishandled pass. MSOE, that's two. One we had Chokshi was the recipient earlier from Hill. This time Chokshi trying to feed Hill, and they can't convert. Bucci for three. Cash it in. Julia Bucci from downtown. Bucci has 9. She leads the way for Illinois Tech. Chokshi. Guarded by Joko. Hesitation dribble froze Joko as Chokshi showing why she's the top scorer for MSOE this season. That was a beautiful hesitation dribble as now Jones driving baseline. Joko another 3. Off the rim. Run down by Bucci. Actually came right to Bucci, who was actually retreating to her spot on the floor. Jones to Silo. Joko, great touch pass. 3 from Joko is short. Long rebound out here in front of the table. Silo comes up with the ball, and Coach Carissa Sane gets the 30-second timeout this time around as Illinois Tech maintains possession with 4:55 to go in the third. 18 on the shot clock for Illinois Tech when they come out of this break. But right now they trail by 2 in this game. What a pace. Gotta love the pace that these two teams are playing with in this third quarter. A number of threes attempted in this game. I mean, that's only right, especially for the way basketball is played today. MSOE in this ball game. Remember, they were 2 of 13 from downtown at the half. These two teams just certainly letting it go in the third quarter. Illinois Tech 7 of 19 from 3. That's 36%. MSOE 2 of 15 for 13%. Remember, it's at 18 on the shot clock here. And Coach Carissa Sane having words with the official right next to me here. Remember, they had a discrepancy with a timeout earlier. Illinois Tech, there's 18 on the shot clock, and Silo is standing next to me ready to inbound with Curley guarding. But the officials having a conference right in front of me here at the table. And I think they're trying to decide the discrepancy on the timeout. Remember, earlier in this third quarter, Coach Carissa Sane was trying to get a timeout for a full. She said she wanted a 30. She wanted a 30 timeout. They give her the 30 this time. And actually, they gave Illinois Tech 1 second on the shot clock, so it went from 18 to 19. So Silo into Joko into the backcourt. Illinois Tech with 19 on this trip out of the timeout. Jones over to Bucci. Bucci got Gladowski in the air. Kicked it over to Jones. Bucci making MSOE work defensively. Joko for 3. Off the heel of the rim. Rebounded by Shelby Gladowski. Remember, she was the leading scorer for MSOE in their game on Wednesday. Chokshi, the team's leading scorer all season, unable to score there. Joko up to Bucci. Oh, I thought Bucci was going to let that one go. But a good closeout from Gladowski. Jones working against Chokshi. Good hands by Chokshi. She just batted that ball away from Kaya Jones. Bit of frustration from Chokshi. There's been a few turnovers on that other end for MSOE. She's been involved in both of those 2 recent turnovers. one where she was the recipient, one where she was the passer. That was just a good use of the hands by Chalk. She had the hands out, knocked the ball away. Bucci into good enough. Shot clock at 13. Joko finding Chirilla. Joko to Bucci. Back up top to Chirilla. Illinois Tech just swinging that ball around the perimeter. Rusing has to beat the horn. She beat the horn, and she airballed it right in the hands of Curley. Salute to the officials for not stopping play as they let MSOE play it on there. One of my basketball pet peeves, let them have it if they catch it out of the air. Curley, guarded by Bucci. Curley down low, and a foul. Rusing doesn't like the call as she tried to slide in underneath Curley. But the fact that she was trying to slide in leads to her 4th personal foul. And Illinois Tech will lose one of their key perimeter ball handlers and perimeter defenders in Rusing. Bucci will go to the bench as now Curley will come to the line. Illinois Tech will go with Jones, Joko, and Spica, along with Goodenough and Chirilla. Meanwhile, for MSOE, it'll be Chakshi, Mendez, Glodowski, Hill, and, of course, the free throw shooter, Curley. As Curley splits a pair here, Curley with 15 in the ball game. MSOE by 3 with 3:33 to go in the third quarter. Joko had Goodenough on the entry. Instead goes up top to Jones. Spica. Surveying the floor is Mia Spica, the first-year guard out of Los Angeles. Feeds it up top to Jones, who draws a foul. Foul on MSOE is on Chakshi. So that'll be 3 on Chakshi. I didn't think coming into this game that we would see Mahima Chakshi with as many points as fouls. But here we are, 3 points, 3 fouls for MSOE's leading scorer, Mahima Chakshi. Chirilla finding Joko. Good defense by Hill. Hill used her size to cut off Joko's lane to the rim. As here's Jones. Shot clock at 8. Chirilla falls down, and it's a travel. I think the officials got that one right. Mendez and Chirilla sort of met at the same spot. Mendez didn't do anything but stand her ground, and it leads to a travel as Chirilla falls. Mahima Chakshi pushing up the floor. Illinois Tech bench calling for a stop. Glodowski up to Hill. Chakshi taking a lot of contact, just trying to come get free to the ball. Now she's picked up by Joko. Chakshi, cross court. Glodowski for 3. Knock it down. Huge 3 from Shelby Glodowski, the first-year player out of New London, Wisconsin, has her jersey number and point total today. She has 5. Goodenough. Top of the key. 3. Nothing but the bottom of the net as Grace Goodenough rips cord for her 7th point of the game. These two teams trading baskets, trading energy. Chakshi over to Hill. Corner 3 for MSOE. Chakshi over the back and a foul. And that will put Chakshi in foul trouble as she now has 4. Hannah Trees knows it, and Sam Schmidt will come to the scores table to replace Mahima Chakshi. Chakshi has 4. She'll come out. Schmidt comes in. And let's see how long MSOE will go without their leading scorer. Hannah Trees couldn't believe that Chakshi, who's normally a high IQ player, couldn't believe she picked up her 4th foul like that, going over the back in a situation where she could have easily just let Illinois Tech have possession. Joko misses the first of the 2 free throws on the other end. And this is an interesting 2 minutes and 14 seconds in this third quarter. Let's see how both of these teams respond to Chakshi being on the bench. You would think that it's obvious for MSOE, you go to Lana Curley. She has 15 points. But for Illinois Tech, how do you redirect your attack offensively now that you know that Chakshi's not out there? Do you continue to go inside or do you continue to look for the 3? Illinois Tech has had more success going beyond the arc. Schmidt for 3. She knocks one down. Makes it 47-42. Schmidt with her first 3 of the game. Now she gets caught guarding Jones. Kaya Jones inside for 2. The experienced senior Kaya Jones went right to work on Schmidt, just like we saw the first-year player Speaker get caught reaching on Chokshi earlier. We saw the first-year player Schmidt get caught reaching on the senior Jones. Backdoor pass from Schmidt goes out of bounds, and Hannah Trees has seen enough. Timeout for MSOE. The Raiders still have a 3-point lead, but with 96 seconds to go in the third, they're going to take a timeout here to try to settle down. Illinois Tech down by 3, 47-44. We'll be back with more on the other side of this break. Back here inside the Keating Sports Center in Chicago, Chris Rouse on the call. You're watching Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks women's basketball. Right now, Illinois Tech trailing the MSOE Raiders 47-44 with a minute 36 to go in the third quarter. These two schools also meeting in men's basketball at the moment. And with 10:34 to go in the second half, the MSOE Raiders with a 66-47 lead over the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks in men's basketball action up in Milwaukee. So 66-47 MSOE there. Meanwhile, 47-44 MSOE here in women's action. Grace Goodenough will trigger the inbound as it'll be Goodenough, Chirilla, Spica, Jones, and Bucci, the 5 for Illinois Tech, going against Schmidt, Gladowski, Curley, Hill, and Mendez, the 5 for MSOE. It's Gladowski guarding Spica as MSOE breaks out in the 2-3 zone. Illinois Tech has been able to shoot MSOE out of that zone with Joko and Bucci. Ball goes inside here for Illinois Tech. Chirilla gets down on the floor. Chirilla comes up with the loose ball. Great hustle there from Chirilla and Schmidt. The officials get in to break up the pile. The jump ball favors Illinois Tech. So Illinois Tech will gain possession on the held ball. The officials are putting the shot clock at 8. Coach Carissa Sane is having a word with one of the near side officials, as you can see at the bottom of your screen, as now they're going to bring the entire crew over here to get a conference. I'm not sure if they're going to – this has to be about whether their possession was decided there. They're trying to see if they're going to put 8 or 20. They're going to go with 20 for Illinois Tech. So the Scarlet Hawks will get a fresh 20 as they get this front court possession. Ball comes in to Kaya Jones. Jones coming off of a 14-point performance on Wednesday. Led the way for Illinois Tech despite the losing effort. Spica to Chirilla. Chirilla curls inside, and then she was able to scoop one up and in. Chloe Chirilla with 3. That's her first field goal of the game, and it comes here in the third quarter. The two leading scorers not having their best performances in Chokshi, who's on the bench in foul trouble for MSOE, and Chirilla, who only has 3. Illinois Tech able to get the turnover on the other end, and Spica with a bit of a hop into the front court. Chirilla over to Jones. Good close out by Schmidt. Great discipline. Spica wanted to drive inside. Instead, it would be Kaya Jones who goes in. Jones with the scoop, but the shot looped off the glass. Rebounded by Mendez. Final 19 seconds of the quarter. MSOE with a 1-point lead in the ball. Mendez working on Jones. Cross court, kicks it over to Hill for 3. Good rainbow, but didn't get the result that the Raiders wanted. 5 seconds to go. Bucci gets it to Jones. Jones trying to beat the horn. Instead, it'd be Chirilla for 3. It misses everything right into the hands of Helena Hill. Very fast-paced third quarter, setting up what could be an exciting finish here inside the Keating Sports Center. The MSOE Raiders lead the Scarlet Hawks by 1, 47-46. Fourth quarter action on the other side of this break here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network and YouTube Live. You're watching NCAA Division III Women's Basketball on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network and on YouTube Live. This is a huge matchup in the Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference. The 9th place Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks on the outside looking in for the conference tournament, currently trailing the 6th place MSOE Raiders by a score of 47-46. I'm Chris Rouse on the call. We're glad that you can join us on this Saturday inside the Keating Center. Right now, MSOE shooting 34% from the field, 17 of 50, 21% from 3, 4 of 19, 81% from the free throw line, 9 of 11. Illinois Tech shooting 41% from the field, 17 of 41, 8 of 21 from 3 at 38%, and also shooting 4 of 7 for the free throw line at 57%. MSOE plus 5 on the boards, but the game storyline has been about the shooting for Illinois Tech. Illinois Tech 8 of 21 from 3, 38% has helped them stay in the game. Julia Bucci with 9 points, 3 made threes. Camden Joko with 7 has a pair of threes made. Lana Curley has 15 points for MSOE to lead all scorers on 6 of 17 shooting. And the fourth quarter now begins with Schmidt in possession for MSOE. Mahima Chakshi, MSOE's leading scorer, in foul trouble with 4 personal fouls. As we begin the quarter, she only has 3 points. Schmidt, guarded by Williams. Good to see Hallie Williams back out there after a collision in the second quarter. Butterbrodt for 3. Looked good out of the hand, but it was long off the heel. Curley. Mendez wanted the feed, but Hallie Williams able to close in defensively. High post feed to Mendez. Williams raked it away, and it went off of Mendez's leg out of bounds to Illinois Tech. Good hands by Hallie Williams. That was just a clean rake of the ball as she knocked the ball loose, living dangerously, swiping down. But her effort forces the turnover against MSOE. That was the 10th Raider turnover of the afternoon. Illinois Tech has only turned it over 13 times. Well, I say only, but they've turned it over more. Williams kicks it out to Rusing. Both teams able to keep their turnover numbers low this afternoon. Rusing banks one off the glass for 2. Baird Rusing with 4, and she gives Illinois Tech a 1-point edge. Rusing is out there playing with 4 fouls, and it makes me wonder how much longer Mahima Chakshi will be on the bench for MSOE. Schmidt misses the 3, rebounded by Bucci. Camden Joko. Ball handling for Illinois Tech. She goes to Bucci. Bucci for 3! Julia Bucci from downtown. Her 4th made 3. Bucci has 12. That's the only Illinois Tech player in double figures. Silla went down. Mendez was open briefly, but the Raiders couldn't feed Mendez. Curley, guarded by Silo. Curley with the runner, off the glass into the hands of Rusing. Illinois Tech with Rusing looking for Bucci. Bucci, a bit of a corner stay in this second half, but she couldn't knock the 3 down there. That's not uncommon, especially at the high school level, where you see if someone's got the hot hand, they'll become a corner stay, meaning every time down, they're just going to run to the corner and let the 3s fly. Bucci sort of become that offensively for Illinois Tech here in the third quarter, or in the second half after a strong third quarter. Mendez over to Curley. Shoots over Joko. Curley finally finds the bottom of the net after quite some time without a basket. 18 for Curley to lead all scorers in the game. Curley had 14 in the first half. Rusing, left hand layup, in. Nice scoop and score for Baird Rusing, who not only after the score looked right at Carissa Sane, the head coach, for her defensive instructions, and now she's guarding Gladowski. Gladowski spins into traffic. Had the ball knocked away. It will stay with MSOE. Well, I wondered how long Mahima Chakshi will stay on the bench for MSOE. She comes back in now with 7:20 to go in the fourth. Illinois Tech going with 4 new players joining Baird Rusing. It'll be Spica, Jones, Goodenough, and Chirilla joining number 10 in white, Baird Rusing. Chakshi over to Curley. Curley to the basket, right hand runner off the glass, hoop, harm, and a potential 3-point play to tie the game. Well, we talked about how Mahima Chakshi had 20 last time MSOE made the trip to the Keating Sports Center. Today is Lana Curley, who has 20, and her 21st point ties the game at 53. When these two teams met on February 17, 2024, it was 58-52 MSOE. Illinois Tech has never beaten MSOE, 0-12 all time, according to the match history on the Illinois Tech stats page. Chirilla over to Speaker. Shot clock at 9. Illinois Tech patient offense here. Good enough. Works inside. Was looking for Rusing. The ball knocked away with 4 on the shot clock. Rusing will inbound as Illinois Tech calls out the play. They call out the inbound play from the sideline. Rusing looking, tried to get it in. And it's a 5-second violation. So Illinois Tech couldn't even get the ball in there, and they'll turn it over to the Raiders. Mahima Chokshi back out there and in control of the ball, guarded by Mia Spica. High screen for Mendez. Chokshi, that hesitation dribble, sort of lulled, good enough to sleep, but she missed the lay-in. Mendez gets the rebound and a foul. That foul will be on Kaya Jones. That'll be the third against the senior out of Memphis, Tennessee, and Kaya Jones. And a fresh 20 for MSOE as they inbound. Chokshi triggered it in. It was knocked away, and it was caught out of bounds by Chokshi. Chokshi just sort of put her hand out. It was a natural response to try to catch the ball. Unfortunately for MSOE, Chokshi was out of bounds, and I will turn it over to Illinois Tech. Discipline clearly will be key in deciding this game. We've seen a number of turnovers. We've seen a number of fouls. And that turnover there from MSOE, their 11th of the afternoon. Spica had the ball knocked away. First to the floor. The battle is won by MSOE. They had 3 players first to the floor there. However, the possession arrow will favor Illinois Tech. And sometimes that's just a tough break for MSOE. I saw Chokshi, I saw Mendez. I think it was either Hill or Curley. They were also on the floor as MSOE was trying to win the possession there. Chirilla spins inside, left it high off the glass, but it went in anyway. Coaches teach you aim for the square. Chirilla shot it a little bit over the square. The ball bounced in anyway. Illinois Tech by 2. Butterbrought cut off by Chirilla. Mendez with a lot of swinging on that pivot foot before passing over to Curley. Curley over to the corner. 3 on the way for Butterbrought is long. One handboard grabbed by Chirilla. Chloe Chirilla only 5 points in the game, but finding other ways to contribute for Illinois Tech. Grabbing another rebound, her 7th. Chirilla to Bucci. Another 3 off the rim. Ball knocked loose. Bucci and Butterbrought battling. Battle won by Butterbrought for MSOE. Butterbrought now with 4 rebounds to go with 4 assists. Only 2 points in the game on 1 of 6 shooting. Curley down low to Mendez. Mendez maybe hesitated a little too long there as she let good enough close out defensively, but the bank is open for Chokshi as Chokshi now has 6 in the game. Chokshi 2 of 8 from the field today. That's her first 3, only 3 attempts from out there, 1 for 3. Chirilla over to Rusing. Chirilla back out to Barrett Rusing. 3 on the way for Barrett. Looks short. It is off the rim. Rebounded by Chokshi. Chokshi, great push up the floor for MSOE as they score with Butterbrought. So Butterbrought scores. She now has 4. MSOE by 3. Mention how Butterbrought with 4 to go with 4 rebounds and 4 assists. Her favorite number today on the stat sheet is Rusing. Rusing drives baseline and a whistle. Ball goes out of bounds. Actually, ball came long here to the table, but the foul goes against MSOE. Silo, Jones, and Williams now coming in for the Scarlet Hawks. That will replace the trio of Rusing, Goodenough, and Chirilla. As Illinois Tech will inbound with 20 on the shot clock. Bucci inbounding. It goes to Kaya Jones. Silo with space. Silo for 3. Short off the rim. Rebounded by Chokshi. Only the second rebound for Chokshi in the game. Curley playing with 21 points is Lana Curley. 21 points on 8 of 20 shooting from the field. 3 of 8 from 3. Hill, baseline, the butter brought. Extra pass to Curley, knocked it down. Maybe it was an unnecessary extra pass, but Butterbrought will get the assist. It didn't hurt the MSOE offense. Curley with 24. MSOE by 6. Williams over to Joko. Joko finding Kaya Jones. Jones body blocked by Hill and a foul. This current lead for MSOE is the largest lead they've had all afternoon. They lead by 6. Illinois Tech had the largest lead of the day. They led by 7. That was back at 13-6 in the first quarter. And an offensive foul as Williams moves. And that'll pick up the third against Hallie Williams. And I've mentioned that's been one of the storylines on Hallie Williams all season. The foul trouble as she picks up a moving screen, just trying to get the inbound play set with 3:27 to go in the game. You can see MSOE starting to get more into their patient half-court sets. Meanwhile, Bucci knocked the ball down and stole it. She slapped it as it was on the way to Curley and then just caught it as it fell. Joko was looking for Jones and Bucci. Instead, she finds the Illinois Tech sideline for a turnover. It'll be Chirilla and Goodenough back out there for Illinois Tech as they replace Silo and Williams. And actually, Illinois Tech going to go with, so it'll be Spica, Rusing, Bucci, Goodenough, and Chirilla, the 5 for Illinois Tech, as they go against Hill, Chokshi, Mendez, Butterbrought, and Curley for MSOE. Chokshi has it out high on the wing. Butterbrought feeds it down low to Mendez. Curley, who's had the hot hand today, missed everything there. Right into the hands of Mia Spica. Curley with 24 points, leads all scorers, but couldn't add 3 more to her total on that most recent attempt. Rusing up to Spica. Illinois Tech with plenty of time on the shot clock. Bucci shoots it with 14 on the shot clock and knocks it down. Bucci has 15 in the game. Illinois Tech back within 3. And a whistle as Hannah Trees, the coach of MSOE, burns a 30-second timeout. 2:31 to go in the game as MSOE has a 3-point advantage. Julia Bucci with 15 to lead Illinois Tech. Lana Curley with 24 to lead all scorers for the MSOE Raiders. The next time we'll see the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks women's basketball team will be February the 12th when they take on the Benedictine Eagles at 7 p.m. Wednesday, February the 12th, it'll be the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks versus the Benedictine Eagles. We'll have that for you right here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network. Illinois Tech will be back in action again on Wednesday when they take on Aurora at 7 p.m. and then they'll take on the Marion Sabres next Saturday. So Illinois Tech, they have their next 2 matchups against Marion and Aurora respectively before we're coming home to take on Benedictine on the 12th. Meanwhile, for MSOE, they return home after this game today. They'll take on St. Norbert in what will be a huge game at the top of the conference. And then they'll take on Aurora next Saturday. So Illinois Tech will definitely have a vested interest in the MSOE Aurora game next Saturday after they themselves will take on Aurora on Wednesday. Action resumes with Helena Hill just going right down to the right block. Goes around the Illinois Tech defense for an easy 2. It appeared Illinois Tech fell asleep defensively. Somebody missed an assignment, and that was just an easy layup. Spica looking for Rusing. Hill tried to get the steal, and I have to say that official being there may have done Illinois Tech a solid favor because it appeared Hill may have had a steal in a free run of the rim had she not have gone through the official to get the ball. Hill with 8 points in the game. Chirilla working on Curley. Chirilla in the foul! Bit of a flex from Chloe Chirilla as she finishes inside. Chirilla now with 7 in a game where she's been relatively quiet. She's Illinois Tech's leading scorer. She averages 12 a game. But just now getting the 7 here. Chirilla on the season, 228 total points. Actually tied for 11th in the conference with Lana Curley of MSOE entering today's game. As now Chirilla hits the free throw to get herself to 8. Curley has 24, so Curley likely will shoot up the conference rankings in terms of conference leaders in points average. Hill hands it off to Butterbroad. There is Curley. Curley cross-court pass. MSOE with Hill on the drive. Back to Curley. Good closeout by Goodenough. Rusing knocked it loose. Bucci came over with the loose ball. Good defense from Illinois Tech. Final 90 seconds to play here in the Keating Center in regulation. Camden Joko guarded out high by Hill. Coach Hannah Trees very animated on the other end of the floor. She wanted motion from her defense. Goodenough for three. It's short off the rim. Run down by Chakshi. Illinois Tech needs a stop. Down by 2 with a minute 10. 63-61. Mahima Chakshi up top to Hill. Down low to Mendez. Bucci tried to get a hand on the ball, and it leads to a travel. Danny Mendez had the catch. Bucci got a hand on the rock, and when Bucci took the hand off of it, it led to the traveling violation. We have exactly a minute to go as MSOE extends the defense. Goodenough into Rusing and over to Joko as Illinois Tech gets into the front court. Barrett Rusing on the drive and a timeout. Well, I said at the end of the third quarter, we could be headed towards an exciting finish here inside the Keating Sports Center. And it looks like we are 54 6/10 of a second away from that being proven true here as MSOE leads it by 2, 63-61. If you're just joining us, Lana Curley is the leading scorer for MSOE. She has 24 points in the game. 9 of 22 from the field, 4 of 10 from 3. For Illinois Tech, Julia Bucci has 15 points. She leads the Scarlet Hawks. All threes for Julia Bucci. 5 of 12 from the field, 5 of 11 from 3. MSOE leads it by 2. They've never lost to Illinois Tech. They've dominated the series since Illinois Tech became a conference foe in 2018. But since these two programs have began meeting back in 2014, MSOE has won all 12 matchups. Grace Goodenough to inbound with 24 on the shot clock. 54 seconds to go in the game. Goodenough into Jones. Oh, was knocked away by Hill, but Jones able to recover. Joko over to Bucci. Bucci escape dribble 3. Bucci knocks it down. Julia Bucci gives Illinois Tech a 1-point lead with 42 seconds and counting to go. Chakshi on the drive, cut off by Goodenough. Hands it off to Butterbroad. Butterbroad looking for Mendez. Pass goes long. Jones comes up with the loose ball and a foul. The foul will go against Danny Mendez. Meanwhile, Coach Carissa Same met Julia Bucci right in front of me. Basically said, that's how you do it. Julia Bucci with 18 in the game. 6 3-pointers for Bucci as Illinois Tech has a 1-point edge. There's a 1-second differential game in shot clock. MSOE has to foul. They can't play this out here as now they get it over to Camden Joko to the Scarlet Hawks. Coach DaVinci Wallace is trying to say foul. The Raiders have to foul here as Joko's just going to dribble the clock. Joko's holding here as the MSOE's coaching staff is screaming for a foul. It finally comes from Helena Hill with 8 seconds to go. Assistant Coach DaVinci Wallace and head coach Hannah Trees very animated. Wallace came out near the timeline to yell foul, and unfortunately, it's going to cost MSOE Helena Hill as she fouls out with 8 seconds. So Camden Joko will go to the line with a chance to give Illinois Tech some much-needed breathing room here with 8.6 to go. Joko has 7 in the game. Makes 8. 8 in the game for Joko, 2 of 3 at the stripe. Joko is 2 of 8 from the field today. All of her shot attempts have been from 3, much the same with Bucci. Bucci actually 6 of 12 from 3, 6 of 13 from the field. Joko hits both. Illinois Tech by 3 with 8.6 to go. The Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks, and what I've been describing all afternoon as a swing game, could get this one to swing in their favor, but they need one last stop here in the final 8.5 seconds. Helena Hill, unfortunately for MSOE, she fouled out, but Coach Hannah Trees and assistant coach DaVinci Wallace, they were very animated, jumping up and down. Assistant Coach Wallace was just about at the scores table. He's out near the possession arrow yelling foul by the time Helena Hill actually came and fouled Joko. All right, Hoops fans, here we go. How do you draw this one up if you're the MSOE Raiders? Mahima Chakshi has been the leading scorer all season, but only 6 points today. Helena Hill has fouled out of the game with 8 points, but Lana Curley has 24 points on 9 of 22 shooting, 4 of 10 from downtown. MSOE is 7 of 26 for 26% from three-point land in this game today. Mentioned Curley has 4 made threes. Chakshi has 1. Schmidt and Gladowski both also have 1. But MSOE now, let's see who is going to be the clutch player to try to tie this game and send it to overtime. Illinois Tech breaks the huddle with Joko, Spica, Bucci, Rusing, and Goodenough. More speed than size, knowing that they're going to have to play for the 3. It's Chakshi, Gladowski, Mendez, Curley, and Butterbrought, the 5 for MSOE. Butterbrought to inbound, and let's see how this one concludes. Chakshi, guarded by Joko. They go to Gladowski. Gladowski stepped on a bounce, and then she turns it over to Illinois Tech with 4.5 seconds to go in the game. MSOE looking to extend the defense. As Coach Carissa's saying, let's see if she's going to get the timeout. And Illinois Tech does get the timeout here. I think they're trying to figure out how many timeouts Illinois Tech has in order to get. Coach saying still deciding if it's going to be a full. It will be a full timeout with 4.5 to go. And just a tough error for MSOE. Chakshi found Gladowski in the corner. When Gladowski received the pass, she was out of bounds on the sideline. And you see that so much in basketball these days. I've seen it a lot throughout my career, my broadcasting career, whether it be high school, NBA, G League, or college. You see that very often, players with that back step in the corner looking for a 3 with a closing out defender, so excited to go around or maybe to escape that defender that they just take a step back and they turn it over. So Illinois Tech will now take over in the backcourt here. A 3-point advantage for the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. That turnover for MSOE was their 16th of the game. Illinois Tech has turned it over 17 times. But at this point, MSOE, they're going to have to play the foul game. And considering the situation now, they have to play the foul game down 3. It makes you think again about that last possession where Illinois Tech was fouled with 8 on the shot clock. MSOE let 22 seconds run off the clock before they decided to foul Camden Joko. And then Joko made the Raiders pay by knocking down both free throws. Mahima Chakshi is ready to guard the inbound just to my right for MSOE. You can see her on your screen right on the top of the scoreboard as she's going to guard Julia Bucci. Bucci, Joko, Jones, Goodenough, and Rusing the 5 for Illinois Tech. Bucci looking for Camden Joko. Jones trying to get to the ball. She gets it into Kaya Jones. Jones is sworn to the floor by Curley and a foul. Very timely foul, however, for MSOE, as literally only 0.6 came off the clock. These will be the first 2 free throws. Fourth on Curley. These will be the first two free throws of the day for Kaya Jones. Jones a 70% free throw shooter on the season, 35 of 50. Really just need 1 to help the Scarlet Hawks fly out of here with this one. You can hear a pin drop in the Keating Center as Kaya Jones hits the first. Illinois Tech by 4. Jones with 8 in the game, 67-63. Offense-defense switch for Illinois Tech as Speaker was going to run to the table. But now Kaya Jones with a chance to help Illinois Tech put this one out of reach. 8 in the game for Kaya. She misses the free throw. MSOE gets the rebound, and they burn the timeout. I have to say, if you're MSOE, you have to like the way the time was played there. You only gave up 0.6 on the foul, where they fouled Jones, and then off the miss, you come away with 3.2 to still at least play the ball into the front court. So only 1.3 came off the clock after all was said and done there. 67-63. The Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks at 7-11 on the season, 3-6 in conference play, looking for what would be their 4th conference win, and it would be a big one for Illinois Tech, as it would be their first ever win against MSOE. And then it would help them avenge a 6-point loss that they had last season on February the 17th, 58-52, at the hands of these same Raiders. MSOE will try to trigger it in with Butterbrought. She has Mendez, Chokshi, Gladowski, and Curley on the floor. They get it to Curley. Curley shoots the three in a hurry. It's off the rim. Jones with the rebound, and that does it for the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks as they defeat the MSOE Raiders here inside the Keating Sports Center. 67-63 the final as the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks hold serve, and they come away with a home win in conference play. As Illinois Tech continues to work towards their efforts to make the NAC conference tournament, this will certainly help, as Illinois Tech now 4-6 in conference play, and a big win as they now own the tiebreaker over one of the teams in front of them for what could be that 8th and final play-in spot in the conference tournament. Right now it's Benedictine in 8th, but Illinois Tech owns a win over the team currently in 6th place in the conference. The Scarlet Hawks certainly dancing as they celebrate a victory here on this Saturday. We're glad that you could join us. Illinois Tech with a 67-63 win, led by 18 from Julia Bucci. She had all threes, 6 of 13 from the field, 6 of 12 from 3. MSOE got 24 out of Lana Curley, despite the losing effort, and what was certainly an exciting game inside the Keating Sports Center. We're glad that you were able to join us here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network and on YouTube Live. Once again, our final, the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks 67, the MSOE Raiders 63. For all of our crew here inside the Keating Center, for Eric Willowite and Jamie Spadagel, I'm Chris Rouse. This has been another presentation of Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks women's basketball and Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks athletics on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network and on YouTube Live. Happy Saturday from Chicago, and so long from the Keating Sports Center.